And in tonight's Project Safe Schools, what's happening at Green Country Schools since the Parkland, Florida school shooting a year ago this week?
For example, Bixby received threats around this time last year, and they've had several threats since then. Many districts have been preparing with increased security.
2 Works for You's Chris DiMaria is live at Jenks Freshman Academy this evening, which went on lockdown just last week because of a threat of gun violence. Chris?
Well, in the past 12 months, Jenks has put in several security measures, including doors that lock automatically. But they're not the only school to implement new security. It's actually become a trend since Valentine's Day of last year.
Every school district in the country should have looked at that and looked at the details surrounding that and said, okay, where could we potentially be targeted and how, and then try to address that as best you can.
This is a brand new system. It scans your driver's license and forces anyone without access to Jenks' Freshman Academy to walk through a monitored sign-in office.
A lot of times what we've seen in the past is these attackers will take the path of least resistance. We want to provide as much resistance as we possibly can.
When it comes to keeping students safe, schools take proactive measures like holding drills and also reactive measures after a lockdown occurs. That was the case a month ago in Salina. The district went on lockdown after a violent threat was reported to a school resource officer.
We're just trying to do what's best. I don't care if we go overboard. I'd rather people be mad at us for being too precautious.
Superintendent Tony Thomas says the district will be coordinating with the resource officer and local police to improve for any future lockdown.
We're going to have some conversations in the next month about is there some things we can do better. With what just happened, okay, let's look and evaluate it. If we need to tweak ours to make it safer for our kids, then we're for that.
Now, part of the money on the Jenks bond proposal tonight would be set aside for new school security. Now, that includes finishing implementing those locked doors as well as new surveillance equipment. In Jenks, Chris DiMaria, 2 Works for You.
To show just how much this response can cost, a Claremore woman was sentenced to 10 months in prison and ordered to pay nearly $6,400 for calling in false bomb threats to schools. Investigators say that Stephanie Montgomery's calls forced about 7,000 students, faculty, coaches, and staff to evacuate last March. The money will go to law enforcement agencies and first responders. Now, if you have a story that you want us to look into regarding a school, give us a call at the number on your screen or send an email to projectsafeschools@kgrh.com.